I read this 1998 article published by the American Diabetes Association so that you don't have to. It estimated how many adults worldwide had diabetes in 1995, and it projected how those numbers might change by 2025. And the cool thing is it's now 2025, so stay to the end to see how close the estimates were. The authors used World Health Organization survey data from 32 countries and combined it with United Nations population projections. In 1995, the authors estimated that about 135 million adults worldwide had diabetes, which is roughly 4% of the global adult population. By 2025, that share was expected to rise to 5.4%, or about 300 million people with diabetes. In 1995, the countries with the highest estimated rates of diabetes were Cyprus at 13%, Lebanon at nearly 14%, and Nauru topping the list at 24%, taking home the award for the most diabetic population. And yes, I had to do a double take on that 24% number also. Shout out to Nauru. At the other end, 8 countries in sub-Saharan Africa each had 1% of adults living with diabetes, and Rwanda was the lowest at 0.9%, taking home the award of least diabetic population. Shout out to Rwanda. The authors also found that women, urban populations, and developed countries have higher rates of diabetes than men, rural populations, and developing countries respectively. One critique I have of this article is that the data at the time didn't allow the authors to separate type 1 from type 2 or other forms of diabetes. I also wish it had dug a little bit deeper into why differences existed, like what cultural, dietary, or economic factors might have been driving these data points. Still, I like the data and the projections, so I'm giving this article a 5.3 out of 10 on my completely made up type 1 diabetes research score. Thanks for staying until the end. Now for how those predictions turned out. The authors described this rise in diabetes as a major public health challenge, and with hindsight, they were completely right. But their estimate of 300 million diabetic adults by 2025 turned out to be low. According to the International Diabetes Federation, in 2024, the number was already about 588 million diabetics worldwide. Hindsight is 2020, but that's still a solid estimate for a 30-year projection. There's a link to the full article in the description, and special thanks to the authors for keeping it open access. If you're interested in type 1 diabetes research, subscribe for more.